Listen, we talk all the time about opt-outs, and we have never criticized one person from opting out of a bowl game. You're making a business decision, and I'm not going to sit up here and pretend that you got to do it for the team, man. You got to do it for the guys who helped you get to this point, when I probably would not advise my own kids to play in a game where there's money at risk, right? If it's
not a playoff championship type scenario.
That's right. In these exhibition bowl games, I'm not going to sit up here and tell you I would do one thing when really if my kid was a 5-star player who was going to be a first-round draft pick, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I wouldn't tell him to sit out, because I probably would tell him to sit out. So with that said, what Will Anderson and Bryce Young have decided to do is what a lot of you think should be the norm, but it's not the norm. So I think we should celebrate these guys for doing what they're doing, right? Rockstar, give me Bryce Young, cut number 1. Bryce and Will talked to the media yesterday, and this is exactly what the majority of you believe in. It is part of your fiber of team, what Bryce Young says right here. It's not about I, it's about we, and here's Bryce Young.
It was just I wanted to finish with my teammates this season. Again, there's been a lot of work, a lot of a lot that's gone into this year, and I just get another chance to play with my brothers. That's really how I look at it. This is a great opportunity for us as a team, for me, for all of us, and we've all had each other's backs all year. It's been about accountability, about making sure that we're holding ourselves to our standard, and that's words that we all live by, that I live by. So for me, it was easy. I just wanted to. It's another opportunity to go out there and play with my brothers. So again, I'm grateful for the chance we have, for the opportunity we all have, individuals and as a team. This is a huge opportunity. This is a big game to play against a really, really good team. We have a lot that we want to prove to ourselves. There's a lot that we want to accomplish as a team, and I'm just happy to get another chance to play with my guys.
Actions speak more than words. I don't even know if I would need to enter if at the NFL Combine or whenever we get to that point in his progression. I don't even think I need to interview Bryce Young.
No, probably not. I mean, he's going to crush it in the interviews. And right now, McShay's got him projected to go number 1 overall, and he really has nothing to play for. I mean, that is that's atypical. I mean, you're just not going to see that. I don't know if you'll ever see that again if a guy is projected to go number 1. I mean, again, Will Levis is still considered to be a top 10 guy. He opted out. I mean, these guys just aren't going to play.
You had a couple of kids from LSU opting out of their bowl game, and Will Anderson and Bryce Young very well could go 1-2 in the NFL draft. Could be the 2 top people. So they are different. They're different, and I don't even know how to put into words what they're doing. And ultimately what they're risking. Yes, they do have an insurance policy that will make up for some money loss if there is any money lost due to injury, but you never know what's going to happen. But you don't know what's going to happen in life either.
That's true.
That's what everyone else always says. But in the football field, I mean, just look at Bo Jackson, that one run one afternoon in the L.A. Coliseum where he tries to get that extra yard, and that changed the rest of his career, both baseball and football.
Well, look, and I think they weigh it out too. So, what are the chances that you're going to have one of those 1 in a million injuries, the Marcus Lattimores, the Bo Jacksons? More so a bad injury now is Jamison Williams, who's already back within a year. Now, Odell Beckham's still not back. So, I mean, this, you get one of these injuries, you could be out the entire year. And I would assume, I don't know, though. I mean, if you're drafting number 1, you're the Houston Texans, and you can get Bryce Young, you need a quarterback, he's going to be out the entire year with an injury, you probably still take him, right?
Probably still take him, depending on what that injury is. Rockstar cut number 2, Will Anderson, also a chance yesterday. Celebrate him a little bit here. He made an unbelievable point about, I cannot imagine sitting and watching Alabama play a game and me not being in the game. Will Anderson yesterday.
For me, it really wasn't about the pros and cons. I know that I feel like that's a more private conversation for me and Coach that we talked about. But for me, it was all just about the leadership and being here for the team. And I've been preaching so much over these last 2 years about how to do things the right way, the standard around here, and how to uplift the standard and how to uphold the standard. And it just wouldn't be right for me just to walk out on my teammates. And I think that's a big reason why I decided to play in this game and be with those guys.
Have you talked to anybody who was surprised by your decision? Because I think a lot of people assume that maybe you wouldn't play in this game given your stock.
Anybody that knows Will Anderson and that know what type of person I am and competitor I am probably knew that I was going to be playing in this game.
Wow.
Again, I'm blown away they're playing. But the question hasn't been asked, are you guys going to the NFL this year?
No, that's true. I mean, we're just assuming since they're 1-2, they both could come back. The most shocking person ever to come back was, to me, Peyton Manning, because he was going to be the first overall pick that year, and he made that announcement, I'm coming back.
Now, the rumor was he didn't want to go to the Jets.
Right.
And that was one of the reasons. But remember, Sam Bradford came back, Matt Leinart came back. I mean,
Tim
had Tim Tebow. Now, Tebow, he did go in the first round, but he wasn't a guy that was going to be a top 5 guy.
That's right. He wasn't going to be the first overall pick.
But those other guys, were probably top 5, top 10. Peyton obviously was going to be number 1 overall. I mean, what chances seesaw either one of these guys comes back?
Oh, LT, I would have put it at 5% that they played in the game, and that happened.
I would have put it at 1% they played in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm shocked they're playing in the game. For them to pass on being the number 1 and number 2 overall, because what would be the reason they're coming back? Because they didn't win a national championship. They want to win one of those.
Want to win a national championship and NIL. I don't know what those two are worth. I would, if you're giving Jordan Addison, the rumor was $4 or $5 million. Those guys are worth 10 each, right?
Yeah. Well, I think Bryce made $5 million unconfirmed, but that was about what he made this year. So
I chose to go back for a 6th fall. I didn't get anything.
No, we could talk about what you were getting. We won't do it.
I would just appreciate the fact that some of these guys, and you'll see it, not to this level. You'll see a borderline first-round guy that will decide to come back because of NIL.
Oh yeah, I mean, Oscar Tshiebwe did that in basketball,
yeah, he did.
And by the way, it's not working.
Yeah,
they are sucking right now at Kentucky. More on that later, but it's interesting. I'll put the seesaw at 1%. I mean, it would be 1% for me. That would be it. That's it. Just to keep from being an absolute zero.
Yeah. I'm gonna go less than 1%, but
okay.